Hey guys, it's Kelly with Garden Whisperer. If you're unfamiliar with what I do, I design flower beds and garden beds for homeowners where they can either install it themselves or they can hire a landscaper of their choosing to install it for them according to the design plan. So today's video is on, these were just delivered about 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. These are my Concertina Reblooming Bearded Iris. They've been soaking for about 2 hours now. They got here about 11 something in the morning, and we're close to like almost 2 o'clock. I think it's like 1:45 right now. So I've let them soak for about 2 hours. They say to soak 1 to 2 hours. I just do 2. So anyway, I'm going to try to do a better video this time planting these. I bought 5 of them, and then my other video is on the Paleta Variegata Gold irises that I planted in my last video. Now, the great thing is you can see, hopefully you can see the new growth right there? Fantabulous! So, I planted those, but the video wasn't that great. But these have been doing fine. I actually made a little bit of an error. These are going to get about 34 inches tall, and these are only going to get about 27 inches tall. So the plan was to put these in behind those over in the flower bed there, but now these are going to be taller than those. So I think what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to leave those here for now because I just like where they're spaced and how they are, and they're already planted. And if I don't like them next year, I can always move them, but they have that variegated foliage, which is going to be really pretty. And this grass is going to get transplanted today because I'm going to be putting the Concertina, or 3 of them, along here. And then I may put the other 2 maybe here. So as you could see, the miscanthus grass, both of them are kind of out of control. And this wormwood was only supposed to get 3 feet tall and wide. And you could see this thing is more like 5 feet wide. And I already cut it back once and it was a lot taller. But as you can see, the middle always kind of gets like that. So you always want to cut it back hard in early spring before it starts to leaf out or bud. And I did that this spring, and it grew out of control. So this coming spring, it's going to get cut back hard again. I'm just wondering if I should transplant it. I really do like it here, especially against the dark chocolatey color of the Black Panther 9 bark and the Joe Pye weed. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I already did cut it back a lot just a couple weeks ago, and it's still massive. So I don't know. So I think for now, I'm just going to plant the other 2 irises here on this side. And like I said, the goal was to plant them like in this area with the lupins, because the lupins are going to be a Russell blue. They're called Russell blue. They're going to be a real pretty blue color. And the pink and the blue of the Concertina irises that I'm planting would have gone really well with that. But they're just a little too, I mean, they would be fine planted here if these were not in front. So I don't know. I mean, they say they're going to grow a certain height and width, but you never know with plants. Like I said, that's a perfect example. 3 feet tall and wide. Yeah, no. So I'm going to, and the lupins are here to stay. I can't transplant them. They don't like to be transplanted because they have a very deep taproot. So if I do have to move anything, it's going to have to be plants that are around the lupin, because they're, like I said, they're going to stay. They're here to stay. And you can see this little guy here, kind of pathetic. It's hanging on, but it's just not growing like the other ones. Look at how big that one is. That one there is really big, and the one in the back's really big. And then I have another one over there, which is kind of growing into the bone set, or vice versa. So the bone set may have to get transplanted too, but at least it's blooming. Pretty white flowers. But anyway, so, and then this grass, I think, I mean, it just got so massive. I think I'm going to push it back closer to the trellis in the spring and maybe even divide it some more and take off some of this front foliage so that these lupins have a chance to kind of, you know, shine in the garden, if you will. So anyway, so going back to this, yeah, I mean, I guess I could, maybe I can, because I really wanted the concertina spread out throughout. So maybe I'll do maybe I'll do 2 here. And then, because if I do a third one over here, it's going to infringe on the tiny little catmint that I have, that I propagated from a cutting. And it's growing, and it's amazing. I transplanted this over here just a couple weeks ago, even as small as it is, and it's doing fine. So, and this catmint's kind of looking sad, but it is towards the end of the season, so it's going to be dying back soon, but all good. And I transplanted that as well, which is maybe why it's looking a little sad. But anyway, so I'm thinking I'm going to put them here, 2 of them here, and then maybe I will put one concertina here and another one there, and then maybe one over there, because I really wanted them throughout. And if worst comes to worst, next year I can just move these, which honestly I don't really know where I'm going to move them to. I mean, I guess I could always, because the grass is getting transplanted, and I believe it's going to come out because it's like 24 inches. So I could move one of these where the grass is. I don't know. We'll just have to figure it out. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because I really wanted the concertina to go with the lupin blue, because the concertina has pink and blue in it. So that's the goal. All right. So that's the decision I made today. So I'm going to put 2 here. I'm going to put one there, and one over there. So I'm going to attempt to get a better video this time, so you can see how I'm planting them as opposed to what I did last time. Because I'm not the greatest filmmaker, as we all know. So, and do not mind my attire. I wear my crummiest clothes when I'm gardening because I look like Pigpen, and I smell like Pigpen when I'm done gardening because I have that lovely stink cloud around me. Okay, so anyway, all right, I think I'm going to do is I'm going to move the mulch out of the way here. And I actually have to put, oh, here we go, little wormies, come on. You're squirmy little thing, Jesus. Whoa, oh my God, look at him, he's crazy. You see him? He's a nut job. All right, relax, little dude. Put you over here. Well, he was a squirmy little one. Some of them are, and some of them you can pick up pretty easily. All right, pop that over there. Oh, look at that. As always, we've got a grub. See? See the grub there? Gross little thing. Not staying in my garden. All right. Okay. So, I don't have to go crazy. And I'm just going to put this flower bed needs, according to my... Ooh, what is that? Look at that. That's a tree nut. Trying to grow in my garden. I don't think so. Chuck that. So according to the soil test results, this flower bed still needs some organic matter. So I'm going to put some compost in. Oop, I got to go get my fertilizer. Hold on. As always, I always forget something. Spray, I put a little fertilizer in there. And I'm going to Mix it in. Is that another grub? Oh my god, another grub. Come on now. Look at that, another grub. Gross. Grubs, I believe, are like beetle larvae, I think. And they just like to eat the roots of your plants, so sorry, not on my watch. All right, so then what you want to do is mix it up a little more. You want to make like a little mound in the middle. Why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. I swear to God, I won't go out for American Idol anytime soon. I just kicked over the camera. Oh my God. Yikes. All right, so I just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. All right, so you see there's that like little mound in the middle? That's what you want to do for irises, for bearded irises. All right, now before I go putting that in there, I just want to measure and make sure I have everything where I wanted it. All right, so 12 there, and that's the first one, yep. All right, so, oops, I think we're a little off. What did I do here? Of course we are, because that's how I roll. All right, let's do this again. So 12 inches, that's going to end there. And then that's where the next one needs to be planted. What was I doing here? Oh my God, I've lost my mind. Is that right? Wait, no. Come on, Kelly, get with it. Okay, so the next one has to be planted there. Oh no, I did do this right. And that's going to come out to there. All right, I did it right. Jeez. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're going to take, I'm just going to take this dead piece off. So you want to kind of attempt to separate the roots. This is a big sucker, huh? It looks like an alien. All right, and you kind of want to put the roots around and spread them out around the little mound that you made as best as you can. Wow, these are long roots, my goodness. I didn't do a hole that big, so you're gonna have to find your way, roots. All right, so, my goodness. Maybe I have to dig a little more just to get that. I don't think I really have to, but I'm just gonna give it a little more room. I'm not going to get crazy with it. I'm sure they will find their way where they have to go. And then the other thing, the other thing with the bearded irises is you want to plant so that the top here is about a third out of the ground. So I'm not going to get overly picky with it. It's going to be fine, I think. It'll find its way. Oh, goodness. I forgot my knee pad. My knees hurt on these rocks. Anyway, so I don't ever get overly picky with these things because plants are pretty tough. And they'll just kind of find their way to do what they gotta do. Lovely rock. And as you can see, this is why I need more organic matter, because even though the soil has some in it, it's still very clumpy. And you have to just break it up. All right. And there's a bee or something flying around me. A fly. I don't know. And these already have some new growth on them already. Is that a little... Ew, what is that? That's a little worm of some sort. Bye-bye. All right. So, all right. So that's looking pretty good. Oh, it's a bee that's flying around. Oh, because he's on the coneflowers. All right. Okay. I think that's good. Now, all right. So I did it. It's gonna end there, and then that's gonna end there. Wait a second. Oh, God. Okay, that's right. So that's going to end there. So from there to there. So this is the next one. All right, that's what I figured. I'm losing my mind. Mulch out of the way. So you could tell the soil is still not great, or as great as it could be. So it is what it is. Just a little too clumpy still. I don't measure fertilizer, I just put it down. Put a little compost. Oh, look at that worm. He's a big sucker. Gotta get him. Oh my God, he's massive. Stay still. Look at how big he is. He's a big sucker. And squirmy. All right, don't you worry about God. It's not good. There you go. All right. I don't think I see grubs here today. So that's good. Not in this one, at least. You can see the soil still has a lot of clay in it, hence why it's so clumpy. But over time, it'll get better because after all the mulch and the compost breaks down, it'll just get better and better. Look at that. I mean, it's just like a clump of soil. Unbelievable. All right. Do another mound. Now, I just want to make sure you're kind of lined up. I guess it doesn't really matter that much, but okay. This one's an easier one, not as many crazy roots. This looks... Oops. And break up all the soil. Got some new growth there. Now it's kind of funny. I'm wondering, this is going out sideways. I'm wondering if I should just put it like that, upwards a little bit more. And I have to get some new mulch for the fall. And that is it. So these are going to get, let's see, what did I say? I said 27 inches. So let's see what that looks like next to the coneflowers. So it's pretty tall. It's almost as tall as the coneflowers. But all good. The irises will help the deer keep away from my plants, from the coneflowers, because they love to eat them. Except they've been leaving them alone this year because of my deer-resistant spray. So, yeah, I think that's it, guys. That is how you plant bearded irises. So that is the second one. So they're going to have pink and blue. They're really pink blooms with like blue beards. Very pretty. You got to look it up online. And then these are going to have purpley blue flowers with variegated foliage. And then I am going to plant, I think, because the lupins are going to get 3 to 5 feet tall. So I'm going to put some more of these. I think I'll put one here, another concertina, another one there, and then another one over there in front of the grass. And the grass may get divided or may get moved. And I really don't know what I'm going to do with this because it's just so massive. It's going to literally cover everything. But if I keep it cut short, I guess it won't really be such a bad thing next to the Concertina irises, but we'll see. So anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in hiring my design services, you can reach me at www.the-garden-whisperer.com. Until next time, guys, happy gardening. Talk to you soon. Bye.